Hey, Happy New Year. Uh, so, uh, in, as you probably know, artificial intelligence is a big thing right now. A lot of people invest a lot of time and money and effort into it and making a lot of progress. And many people, small people, assume that somehow artificial intelligence will become sentient if it hasn't already. I mean, there are people that already claim that it had became sentient. Um, in a different video, I explain why. Well, you wouldn't have experience in a place where experience is not does not do anything and is incapable of doing anything. Uh, if it wasn't, like in artificial intelligence, you don't need experience for anything. Everything is done by a computer. So you, if you don't need experience, you won't be there. But there's a different way of thinking about it. Is the question? Well, the first thing is to understand that experience is sentience. There is no such thing as artificial experience and sentience, and I mean it simply doesn't make any sense to talk about artificial sentience or experience because it's like saying artificial existence. There's what does that even mean? Artificial existence. Existence. It's either something exists or it doesn't. Um, and what comes from that is that the conditions that experience has in natural bodies should be the same as they would be in artificial bodies. So then you need to think about what would be if you are going to claim that artificial intelligence or that machines can will become sentient. You need to provide them with the necessary conditions for experience to have something to do. So, but the question, you need to ask yourself what it is. What do you need that to be for experience to have something to do? Now, I this is before you're actually saying that the machine is sentient. You just have to have these capabilities for there to be anything, any reason to talk about experience at all. If these conditions aren't met, you can't experience being that artificial intelligence. Therefore, these machines will not be sentient. So, what are these conditions? So, for that, I described this. I don't know, call it a project that I call virtual sentience. And how does virtual sentience work? Well, it works by emulating the capabilities that experience has in natural settings. So, and what are them? What are they? So, and how does that work? How does experience work in natural settings? So, according to the theory, experience is reflecting on the objective substrate of reality, and that reflection is the wakeful physical world. That reflection includes the laws of nature and the elements, the physical, so-called wakeful physical elements in it, and of them, and then it interprets from them the semantic meaning of these elements, like this, like the collection of particles of whatever are actually tables and chairs, and that the let's say the frequ- sound frequencies are actually speech, and things like that. Like they're not speech; they're words. They are experiential movements that you can enact at will, that you can follow, that you can understand. So what you need here, I realized what you need in this, if artificial intelligence or a machine is to be sentient, is to facilitate sentience, you have to have four layers in that machine. The first layer is what I call the physical layer. Physical layer is the you could say uh, it's the objective substrate of reality in the real in natural sentience, what I call the fractal scape. Uh, it is the thing that is there and that experience cannot create and cannot nullify. This would be in the case of a virtual sentience. It would be the computers that it runs on, and these could be, even if these are running on the cloud, they are not something that the software can create. You cannot create a computer by just saying there is a computer. I mean, yes, you can if you're thinking about virtualization software, but that would add CPUs on demand. But the underlying system that runs it, the orchestrating layer, orchestrating physical layer, that would be the physical layer. That would be like the fractal scale. And then you need two layers, one for the laws of nature, which I call the platform layer, and one for the elements in this world, which is the body layer. I call it the body layer. This is like the elements themselves, that as they occupy volumes of space. Both of these need to be mutable by the virtually sentient machine. And to be mutable, to be changeable, they need to be of a type that is that allows changes. Now, the simplest way to achieve that is to make it so that the most fundamental element that visual sentience processes are changes. And the simplest description of change is a relation between an origin and destination. This ultimately gets you the event philosophy of Alfred North Whitehead, but in a computer setting. So the experience needs to be able to edit both of them. And then you need to add yet another thing that, well, you can create. This is the story layer. This is the fourth layer of the story, layer of the meanings. The thing is that layer, you need to have experience to experience it. And you don't have experience because you don't know how to create it. Or because experience isn't created. Experience is just populating bodies that satisfy it, that give it what it needs. But you still need to have behave as if you have a story layer, as if you have something that interprets meaning from the body layer and from the platform layer, for there to be something emulating being like stuff, being actually sensing the reality that is being created by this virtualization environment. So you need to that machine, whatever, that computer needs to function as if it has 4 virtualization layers. Of course, you need to add additional components. You need to think of, like, you're building something that is working, serving itself. But what is itself? You need to add something that would function as that thing that is as if perceiving the story layer. For that, you need some kind of an agent. And you need a way for that agent to interact with visitors, with people that are not part of that virtualization environment, so that there would be any point to this, because without it, there's no interaction with anything. There's nothing happening. It's a boring, static machine. It's quite a, it spans over 3 or 4 or 5 chapters. So I won't even try to summarize it all here, but